Now, I decided to leave this one up to the Patreon polls because we get so many requests to do either Rangers or Celtic.
Yeah.
So that was just one poll by itself.
I didn't know which way this was going to go.
Neither did I. No. And Rangers won. So, all these Celtic fans, I know you're going to be angry that we haven't done Celtic, but it was down to the Patreon members. Blame them instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, today, a Rangers rebuild. Not that they necessarily need a rebuild as per se. They've just won their 55th league title.
Yeah.
But I guess they've lost Steven Gerrard. In real life, they're not doing as well as what they were last season. I think Celtic are currently winning, as we're recording this, the league right now by a few points. So, in a way, they might need us to come in and do something here.
You just touched on the 55th time they've won the league as well. Do you know that makes them the second most successful team in the world?
That's mental, isn't it? Who's the first then?
An Egyptian side called Al Yahya.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They win it a lot. Yeah. So they've also won a European Cup Winners' Cup. That was a long ass time ago as well, 1972. Back then, really, Scottish football was just as good as English football. A lot of the Scottish players obviously played in England.
That Cup Winners' Cup final was at the Nou Camp as well.
Yeah.
It's Dynamo Moscow. And they didn't actually present the trophy at the ground. They had to do it in a small room in the back.
Because players, they were going to kick off.
The fans invaded the pitch. Apparently, they had the strong force of the Spanish police, and the fans went against them and invaded the pitch, so they just couldn't control the crowd.
Jeez.
So they had to present the trophy in a small room in the back of the Nou Camp.
Was that the Scottish fans or the Russian fans?
No,
the Scottish fans.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And it isn't the only time the Scottish fans have invaded pitches to
That's true.
cause problems.
That's true, yeah.
And we all know that,
Wembley's goal coming down.
Yeah.
But I think, obviously, people talk about, we've done some very fierce rivalries on the channel already, Galatasaray being one of them. Yeah. We spoke about the Argentinian ones. Even some of the Italian ones was really big.
Yeah.
I would hazard to say that this is probably the biggest, one of the biggest, top three at least,
one of the top ones,
in the world. The Old Firm derby that they have with, of course, rival Celtic.
I think what we're talking about the derbies as well, the Old Firm derby. I think we had a touch in 1971 when they had the disaster there, which killed 66 people. So
yes.
Just as in respect to that,
absolutely,
we just mention them, so we don't forget them as well. So and that was against Celtic. After the game, there was a stampede apparently going down the steps. But I can remember that as well.
Yeah,
I remember seeing it on the news at the time, and I was quite young at the time as well. So
yeah, very sad, very sad. So let's talk about this rebuild then. We can see here we've got some very good players, I think, for Scottish football. One, Aaron Ramsey's on loan first season, so obviously it happened in real life from Juve. He is there for just this year.
He played in a Firm derby,
and he got nutted. Yeah, crazy. So he's arguably one of the best players in the league right now, and we're not paying any wages, but I'll let you in on the thing. He's paid over 100 grand. So if anybody's like, oh, why didn't you keep Aaron Ramsey after? That's why he's on a lot of money. But keep it on this season. We got the likes of Connor Goldson, James Tavernier, who is here as well. A couple of English players who are very good in the Scottish leagues. Now, they haven't given us a lot of money. In fact, this was the wage budget that we were given at the start of the season, so it's not that great. John Suter is a signing that will be joining us at the end of the season. It's a guy that in real life is joining from Hearts because his contract's running out. However, that's implemented into the game, but we won't get him until the start of next season. So just to let you in on it, transfers, we haven't signed anybody as of note, of course, unless they were already signed in January in real life. This is the winter update. But tactically then, I've decided to go for this 4-2-3-1. It's very similar to what we played at Derby in the Championship, I believe, mainly because they've got certain positions that I think we desperately need to use and utilise. We've just changed a few little player roles around, for instance, the pressing forward, because they have the beast that is Alfredo Morelos, one of the dirtiest players in the game. Absolutely love him. 18 aggression, that's an understatement. His only main weakness, I'd say, is 5 for composure, which I think is more on his aggression than the fact of how he scores goals. But there we go. Absolutely loved by the Rangers fans, and very much deserved, to be fair. So he's only 25, so he can stay there for a long period of time. But like the shadow striker, we got players like Joe Aribo as well. Very good player. I think they bought from Charlton. He was a solid player. Some really good midfielders too. So a decent team to start off with in this rebuild, and this is the tactic we're going to go with. So schedule-wise then, we have already played Celtic straight away.
Ooh,
it was a 2-2 draw. Yeah, so we went 1-0 up,
well.
they equalised. We went 2-1 up, they equalised in the 71st. Very, very tight game. After what was actually quite a good pre-season, other than we didn't make the Champions League. We were knocked out by Bodo Glimt. After beating them 2-1 at home, we lost 2-0 on the away leg.
That's a bad result, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's annoying because then, we go into the Europa League from it.
I mean, I've got to be honest, I'm struggling to... Who?
Bodo Glimt, so they're the Norwegian team
is it?
that defeated Roma, Mourinho's Roma, 7-0.
Oh, yes,
That's the team.
I remember now, yeah.
Yeah, but at this point, they've had a lot of their players taken away from them because they were very good, and in January, all the European teams was like, well, they were very good.
Yeah.
So a few noticeable names they don't have anymore, but still, they're a good team. But let's start off then. We had we had Livingston, in a 2-0 victory there. Then a Dundee United 3-1 victory. We played in the Premier Sports Cup first round. We beat Wraith 3-1 there. Ross County, another 3-1 victory, and then obviously to Celtic, the 2-2. So in the Cinch Premiership, which every time I see the name Cinch just reminds me of Rylan from the adverts, really annoying. But there we go, 3 wins, 1 draw. Celtic all the way down there, they've actually drew one and lost one as well to Hearts already.
Oh, you're already looking at it and thinking you're going to be disappointed if we don't win the league this year already.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's just the way this league is with us, really, isn't it? It's Rangers and Celtic. And
after Celtic's dominance
when
of
you
all
look where
those
Aberdeen
years,
are already, look.
Yeah.
And that's usually the third team that's always in it. Isn't it,
Exactly,
really?
yeah. So I fancy our chances here for sure. And then obviously we've got the cup games. Let's take a look at the Euro Cup. We have Rapid Vienna, Maccabi Haifa, and Young Boys.
Young Boys are a good side.
Decent side, yeah. So some difficult games, but okay, let's simulate this first season. And the first season, unfortunately, we don't win the league.
Where did we lose that to?
Yeah.
God,
so, Celtic on 101 points is pretty good.
101
with 101
goal
goal difference too.
Who they got playing up front for them?
So, that's weird. Yeah, it's ours. Yeah. And Barisic with the highest average rating. They do have like the likes of Jota, who's been quality young Portuguese player from Benfica. They do have a good team, Celtic, don't get me wrong. And their manager is actually their manager, that Antti Postecoglou. I can't remember if that's how you say it. A lot of people are talking about him being like he's the next genius in world football, but that's not great, is it? Not a first season to lose it already. 94 points is still a good tally. But
the four games that we drew is what lost us that league already.
Yeah, so if we take a look at the league stages then, so we can look a little bit more into it there. So, because of course in the second half of the season you go into like the championship stage, so we'll only play the top 6.
Yeah.
So we play each other more than once. So we lost 4 games, but recently we lost an away game to Celtic, 7-1. Yeah, very bad indeed.
At our place as well.
Yeah. Then we drew 4 games. One of them again was against Celtic. So it's those types of games that you need to be winning in this.
St Mirren and St Johnstone.
Yeah, very poor results. Yeah. But okay, most goals. Celtic scored 121 goals. And they also conceded the fewest.
Yeah.
So that's,
they deserve to win the league, didn't they?
10 more clean sheets than us.
Yeah, they deserve to win the league.
But there is other competitions, of course. There's 2 cups to win in Scotland.
Yeah.
And we are, of course, in the Europa League. We were the winner of the Scottish Cup and the Premier Sports Cup. We won both cups. And the Euro Cup, Europa League, we were only knocked out by Borussia Dortmund. What an interesting tie that is, because Rangers in real life defeated Borussia Dortmund in the same pot as well.
They were 2 good games as well.
Very good games. Very exciting games. So hats off to Rangers for managing to win that tie, because we couldn't there. But let's take a look at the Scottish Cup then, because we were the winners of that one first. We beat Inverness in the final 6-1. A fantastic result. Let's see, I'm curious whether we had to play...
So who knocks out again?
Yeah, whether we had to play them at any point in the on the lead up to the final. So we actually beat Celtic in the semi-final 4-2. Good result there.
Semi-final.
Yeah, big semi-final.
Talking of semi-finals as well, that is the record for the Rangers game of crowd. They played a semi-final against Hibs at Hampden Park for 143,500 fans.
That's mental.
That was in 1948. So
that is absolutely crazy.
Oh, what a game that was.
That must have been a hell of an atmosphere as well.
Yeah.
In the Premier Sports Cup then, we defeated St Mirren 4-1. So again, we did not play Celtic in the final. Let's take a look then, see when we defeated them. We actually played Celtic in the quarter-final, and we knocked them 4-0. So they might have won the league, but we've knocked them out of both cups there. So I don't think we can be too...
4 against them both times as well.
Yeah, I don't think we can be too unhappy about it. I understand Rangers fans will be like, no, winning the league is more important.
Oh, yeah,
but knocking them out of both cup competitions, before they even reached the final. So yeah, that's quite good. Let's take a look at schedule then and see where it all went wrong, I guess. The second half of the season, this is where I think like we lost to Celtic after knocking them out of the semi-final there, and then I lost to Hearts.
2 games in a row. Look.
That give it
We
away
beat
there.
the semi-final 4-2, then lost against them in 2-1 in the league.
Yeah, but if we take a look at the Europa League, we defeated Dortmund 4-2 in the first leg when they had Erling Haaland, but we lost 6-0 in the return leg.
You do the hard work and go
I
to
know.
in Germany and get a result like that. You must be thinking, yeah, we've got it in the bag, haven't
Yeah.
you? Against a team like Dortmund as well. Christ
Yeah,
almighty.
you think, oh, we're bringing them back to Ibrox.
Yeah.
That's going to be very intimidating.
Yeah.
They knob you 6-0. So, yeah, that's just gutting, really, isn't it? But yeah, the 7-1 victory there was the first game of the new year. Yeesh. It's not great, is it?
No.
Not great.
And they do celebrate the New Year's Day up there, don't they? That's the big main night.
That
for
would have
them,
been
innit?
huge, wouldn't it?
Oh dear,
So,
oh dear.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the second season, shall we? So we had a little bit of money to play around with, but not a lot. So our first signing was this man, Bruno Costa, 25 years of age, plays in a lot of different positions, which is what I like about him, but he's also very well-rounded.
Yeah.
You know, like 12 tackling, but also good at passing, good at dribbling. Like, there's many different player roles that I think he could fit, which is the main reason why
good
I
squad
went
player.
for him. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
We've got him from Porto as well. So £3 million from Porto after they had only just paid £2.1 million the year before, but he originally came through their youth ranks.
Yeah.
So he only played 3 games last season. We've already gave him 5 games and he scored 3 goals, got 1 assist and a player of the match from centre midfield.
Good start then.
Yeah,
Good start.
very good start in the Scottish League. I also signed Tahith Chong from Manchester United on a free transfer. We had Amad Diallo from Manchester United last season on loan, so there was now a space opened up. Now we've brought Tahith Chong in. However, I do think we're going to stay away from that tactic we used last season. Obviously, it didn't work. It wasn't good enough.
No.
Yeah, we defeated Dortmund in the Europa League, but we should be winning the league. So I think we need some change in that tactic.
Another little fact with to do with Man United, so we just touched on them as well. Rangers got into a final, UEFA Cup final in 2008, and they played against Zenit Petersburg.
Yeah.
And they lost, but the final, they took 200,000 fans to that game.
Was it at
Obviously,
Old Trafford?
At Old Trafford, yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
they all couldn't get in. But
They could have filled
just-
it nearly 3 times over.
They just caused absolute chaos in Manchester that
Yeah.
night. But I can actually remember that as well. Watching
Yeah.
I actually watched the game, obviously live, but I can remember watching the news all about it as well.
Yeah.
All these Rangers fans in Manchester, they just absolutely invaded Manchester.
It makes me like really happy sometimes that Plymouth isn't that big.
Yeah.
Like as a football team, we don't have to host these massive. Like
Yeah.
nobody's coming down the home park with
No,
200,000
but yeah.
people. So yeah, but that is mental. But there's quite a few links to be fair with Rangers and Manchester United, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
think I think like Liverpool and Celtic always have like a bit of a connection.
Yeah.
With like Dalglish and stuff,
yeah.
and Sir Alex Ferguson with Rangers and
Yeah.
and Manchester United and a lot of different players, of course. So yeah, and I think recently too, obviously we loaned Amad Diallo, hasn't really paid off, but there's always that little link with Rangers and Manchester United. Tahith Chong was the last signing we made. We did lose a couple of players, Stephen Davis and Scott Arfield, on free transfers, and of course we also brought in John Suter, who I mentioned last time, who is actually a really good player, really good centre back that we can start integrating into the first team. So I mentioned this tactic. This is what we're going to go for. It's very similar to the tactic I use in the Villarreal save. Again, just a few little tweaks and changes. So it's kind of like a diamond, but instead of having like an actual diamond in midfield, it's more of an X in midfield with 1 up front instead of 2. So I'm going to call it the 4-5-1 because it is 5 players there. But these shadow strikers, we've got a lot of really good players for it. The likes of Ryan Kent, who is absolutely quality, can play on the wing or in behind the goalkeeper. And I don't think we didn't really highlight the goals from last season. Morelos did score the most goals, but there wasn't a lot after that. And I think we need to get more midfielders scoring goals and being
100%.
involved
I mean,
a lot more.
We're expected to win the league. You can't win anything without scoring goals. So
No.
we've got to be an attacking side, because when we come up against Tides, they're just going to put the bus out, aren't they? And
Yeah,
just shut
exactly.
shop and just say, you come and beat us and we'll try and get you on the
Yeah.
break. So
Yeah.
you've got to play attack.
I mean, it's the downside of simulating that you can't decide what tactics you use against other teams,
Yeah.
because we need an attacking tactic to play in the Scottish League, but then when we come up against the likes of Borussia Dortmund,
You need to do
you're
the
killing
opposite.
yourselves
Yeah.
because you're going to attacking.
Yeah.
And obviously Celtic, you might play slightly a little bit more
Yeah.
reserved. But yeah, we do have the likes of Brian Kent. We also have Yanis Hadji, of course, who is Georgi Hadji's son, the famous Romanian. He's been quality
What
for
a player
Rangers.
he was.
Unbelievable, Georgi.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. And to be fair, his son's decent too. Like I
Yeah.
think Spurs were linked with him at one
Yeah.
point last season. But yeah, he's very good too. So we've got these really good players who can play in the shallow striker role, which we can integrate into the side. We've got so many really good centre midfielders. That's the reason for this tactic. Now, schedule-wise then, we have played a lot of games.
That looks better.
Yeah, and we've only dropped points once in a 0-0 draw against Dundee. Other than that, look at the teams that we defeated, because we had to go through a vast, long qualifying stage to get to the Champions League. And, as you can see, we successfully did it.
I'm just looking at one result there. We beat Porto 3-1 at home.
Exactly. Let's filter this out so we can see it, get competition by competition then. So, Champions Cup, here we go. So, we beat I think that's Cypriot team. It is a Cypriot team. I know my flags. We beat them 2-1 away and 3-0 at home. Then we played Genk. I thought, when I seen that tie, I thought, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Because they are quite good, to be fair.
That's two good results.
Destroyed them 4-1 away from home. Come back to Ibrox 4-2.
What a away result this is, though.
This is, I mean, when I seen this, I thought, Europa League's still good. We ain't getting past Porto. We just signed one of their players. And he scored against them. 14 minutes in, I bet he absolutely adored that at Porto Stadium as well. Bet he thought, I'm leaving Porto, and he's there already.
Look who got sent off, though.
Hadji, yeah, we just mentioned it. Surprising, Morelos wasn't the one who got sent off.
Hello, look at our next game.
I know. Then we defeated them 3-1 before, and Pepe got himself sent off, which is obviously quite always happens, doesn't it? But yeah, our group is absolutely disgusting.
And Real Madrid.
Real Madrid and Manchester United and Lyon. If we manage to get to Europa League, it's a job well done, really, I think, because that's three really difficult teams to come up against.
I mean, talking of the Champions League as well, we've just been talking about the games that we've just watched.
God, yeah.
Real Madrid. Chelsea,
Man City, and Atletico.
What two brilliant games they were to watch, though, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool were doing so well, but you expected Liverpool to win. But the other two games, you didn't know which way they were going.
No.
And then Chelsea really took it to Madrid, didn't they?
So entertaining.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Man City Madrid game now.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the pick of the game. But
absolutely.
Hats off to Villarreal.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Taking out Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Taking out Juve.
What result that is.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen like Liverpool fans going, it's not our fault we got Villarreal. And it's true, isn't it? Like,
yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's not their fault. So, I mean, they got Benfica. It's not really their fault. They're basically doing what Man City does in every domestic competition. Where they get like Scunthorpe and stuff in the cups, where Man United like pull Villa or whatever. So yeah, fair play, but Champions League's been very entertaining.
So really, all we're going to do is stop Benzema, really, ain't we?
Yeah, but then you got Modric just putting in unbelievable passes.
What a ball that was!
He's such a good player, isn't he? One of the most underrated players of all time, and yet he's still really highly rated. That's hats off to him.
Yeah.
So that is our Champions League group. Very, very difficult. But let's take a look at the league again, because in the Premiership we have played 5 games so far, and we've only dropped 2 points. We haven't played anybody difficult, I don't think, but I think we've got Celtic next, away as well. 3-1 against Dundee, 4-0 against Hearts, 5-1 against Inverness, 3-1 against Livingston, and then of course that 0-0 draw. So if we take a look at the league, we are joint top with Celtic, so that next game is very important. They also drew a game against Aberdeen 0-0. That is our next game. Let's simulate the season. So the second season, we win the league. 84 points. We had less points than what we did last year.
Celtic, 101 points, and they only got 82 points.
I know.
That is bad for them, isn't it?
Yeah, St Johnstone finishing in 3rd as well.
Yeah.
Massive for them.
So I mean, both of us losing 6 games each.
Yeah.
So we're both kicking ourselves, really, to lose that amount of games.
Yeah, for sure. We lost against the likes of St Johnstone. We lost 3-0 to Celtic in that away game.
Yeah.
Did we beat them? No, we did. 4-1 when they came to us. So that's a big result.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got the league. We got the league title back. That's fantastic. That's what I like about the Scottish football. I know obviously a lot of people say, well, it's only 2 teams, but when they're trading the leagues, it's a lot more entertaining than when Celtic won it like 10 years in a row, whatever it was, when Rangers were really struggling financially.
I've been reading about them as well. They've both teams have won it 9 years in a row, but neither team can just get to that 10th. Obviously it's been Rangers have won it or Celtic have won it to stop them from winning it.
Yeah.
So they got a hell of an history to winning the league between them. So
I think the last other team to win it was Aberdeen in the 90s.
Yeah,
was it? Was it 80s even? Was it Ferguson?
Yeah,
I think it was the 80s. Let's take a look. We can see it from this page here. If you scroll all the way down, 84, 85.
Yeah.
And that was 3 years in a row where they didn't win it because Dundee United won it. So yeah, but it's just total dominance balance, isn't it, of a country. A little bit more of an entertaining season for us. Alfredo Morelos did get 19 goals, but look how many Celtic players had the highest average rating compared to us, and yet we still went on and won the league. It's very important. Right, competitions though. Did we manage to qualify at that Champions League
1928
group?
we won the first double.
Right.
In 1949 we won the first treble.
Wow.
And we won the treble 7 times so far.
Well, we were close. We had the 2 cups last time. We just didn't have the league.
Well, you got to get this one in the bag, the league, and
Yeah.
to do a double or a treble.
It will be
they always
nice to
class
do a
the
treble.
league, don't they? Really?
Yeah, domestic treble.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Well, we won the Scottish Cup. We were knocked out of the quarter-final of the Premier Sports Cup. We did finish third in the Champions League group, though.
Where we expected to.
9 points. We beat Man United 2-0 at home.
Ooh.
Yeah, we beat Lyon twice,
You expected to do
which
that,
is
don't
really
you?
good. Expect to beat Lyon. You got high standards.
Yeah, bloody right I have now.
That's
You
a
come up
difficult
against a
game.
group against Real Madrid and Man United. I want to come third.
Yeah, but
I
still,
don't care.
Lyon, they're still really good. They, to be fair, they lost all. Well, they didn't. They drew 2 games there against Real Madrid and Man United. That shows how good they are.
They dropped points there, like we
Yeah. So
That's
we're
how
only
close we
1
could-
point away.
Yeah, we could have done United then, really, couldn't we?
Yeah, but we did eventually get ourselves knocked out of the second round knockout stage by Real Betis. That's the different name that they have in Football Manager. I haven't done the name change yet. 3-2 on
Well,
aggregate there.
that's like Rangers, isn't it?
Yeah.
You come out of Scotland, they're classed as Glasgow Rangers.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's their proper name, really, isn't it?
So an unfortunate season. The cup I'm a little bit disappointed with there, the Premier Sports Cup, because like we mentioned, that domestic trophy, but Celtic got absolutely smashed 3-0
Well done,
in the
Ross.
final by Ross County. So they have gone trophyless this season. Yeah.
Bad season.
We go strikerless sometimes, they go trophyless. We shouldn't brag about that. So let's take a look then at the goals
come
and
back and
everything.
bite us,
Yeah,
couldn't it?
exactly, yeah. I'll get some very angry comments. 35 goals from Alfredo Morelos, but this is what I was alluding to with the goals coming from midfield. Ryan Kent getting 22 and 17 assists. And look how many players managed to get double figures in goals.
Yeah, it's good,
That's
isn't
our right back getting 13 goals and 10 assists. Hadji getting 13 and 13, your lucky number.
110 goals there, just between 5 players.
Yeah, Bruno
good, isn't it?
Costa, what a signing he was. 15
Yeah.
goals, 10 assists, and even Joe Aribo got 17. So very, very good goals and assist-wise this season. And I'm quite liking this squad, to be fair. We've got a number of players that we don't have to replace for a while. Because, there's a couple, if we go by age, Alan McGregor's leaving now. He's 41. Like, we're not going to be able to use him very, very much longer. But like after you took a look at that, James Tavernier, Ryan Jack, they're only in their 30s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't necessarily a team which needs to be replacing every single player. We just need to add to it and keep hold of our best players.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, okay, let's go forward to the third season. First signing in the door was a Brazilian centre-back. We like our Brazilians, Dad. We do indeed. And I think this is a really good signing. He's 28, so he's in the prime of his career. He is so well-rounded, it's unbelievable. He even has 9 finishing, should we really need him to. So he's one of those centre-backs who can also play wing-back really well, and he's left-footed, which is quite important when you're looking at your 2 centre-backs.
Yeah,
So
definitely, yeah.
I really like this player, Doria. He's a bit of a bargain too. £4.3 million. He's playing in Mexico, which is the reason why he's so cheap. And he has some European experience. He used to play for Marseille a few years ago and Granada in Spain. So I think that's a very good pickup to start off this transfer window. But he wasn't the only one. We also got a player from St Mirren who's going to be more of a squad player, Ethan Erhajon. Maybe Scottish. He can play centre mid, can play left back.
Good Scottish name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Machafraron.
Yeah. Erhajon. No idea. Sorry. But he does play quite well in both positions. And to be fair, like his attributes suggest that he can do that. Again, he's going to be a bit of a squad player, fringe player, if you will, is the contract he signed. Don't really expect him to be starting many games. I also mentioned the goalkeeper. Obviously, Alan McGregor's 41 now. He lost all his reflexes and stuff. So we've got Neto from Barcelona on a free transfer.
Yeah, take that.
Very good signing. He's a quality goalkeeper. There's a lot of really good mental attributes of him as well, like 16 positioning, great anticipation, composure. Everything's there to be a quality goalkeeper.
Any goalkeeper we've got can learn off him then, really, can they?
Exactly, and although he's 34, he's not too much of a wage. So although obviously we got him on a free transfer, he hasn't really played a lot. Used to play for Juve and for Fiorentina. It's not that bad, to be fair. I think he's a quality goalkeeper to bring in at this point of the rebuild. More of a signing signing for the future is Dachshund Fofana, a really good wonder kid on this game, 20 years of age, £2.9 million from Mulder. They're halfway through their season, so he's only played 8 games, scored 1 goal. Got 7 goals and 24 last season, but he also plays from the right.
Yeah.
So it might not be the case that he was playing up front there. But, I mean, he doesn't have the best mentals, but he is lightning quick, and he has a good amount of flair. And yeah, he work rate and stuff like that's really solid with him. So plays in a couple of positions. I think it's a good signing, but I think the next signing is probably the best that we've made so far. Now, only on loan is Armando Broja.
Yeah.
Now, this is the guy that's on loan currently for Southampton.
Oh, yeah.
In the Premier League, and he's scoring a ton, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, in the winter update, he got a nice little boost of upgrade because he was terrible before. Then, obviously, he's been playing well in real life. So, Foot Manager in the winter update gave him a little bit of a boost. We've got him on loan from Chelsea, and he is quality. That's 17 acceleration, 16 pace, but he's also 6'3" with 15 jump and reach. He's going to be a beast in the air. He's going to be a beast with his feet. He plays up top. He's only 21. £1.4 million loan fee. He's 3-3.
Started well.
Very good indeed. Now, we do have an optional future fee, but it's 71 million. So unless we get a big takeover, I very much doubt. But it did make me chuckle when they were like, you can have him for 71 million. I'm all... We probably won't spend 71 million this whole
He'll probably end up being our leading goal scorer, and they'll sell him for probably 90, 100 million.
Peanuts, absolute peanuts. Or probably, or always sell him for loads. Yeah. But yeah, we're paying a bit of a monthly fee for him, because obviously we're going to be playing him, so it'll be 150k per month. But his contract's so cheap that we don't have to worry about that too much. It meant that tactically we go to a standard diamond. Now, the tactic last season was great, but we only had really Morelos who could play up front. Yeah. Now we've got Morelos and Armando Broja, 2 absolute monsters up front. I think we need to make the most out of that.
Definitely, yeah.
So we've got 2 really good centre midfielders that we can play in there, in the likes of Joe Aribo. I think Glenn Kamara's there too, and obviously Bruno Costa. So we got 1 centre midfielder on attack. More likely that's going to be Joe Aribo, who can play there really well. Glenn Kamara actually has played even better there. And the box-to-box midfielder, I would dare say, is probably going to be a Bruno Costa deal, who can play there quite well. Then we got a DM, which is likely to be Glenn Kamara, and that shadow striker can be played around between Yanis Hadji and, of course, Ryan Kenny, who picked up a bit of an injury during pre-season that we can see there. So, yeah, I like this diamond, to be fair. I've used it pre-season, and I am liking the results. So let's take a look at it. Because we started off with a 1-1 draw with Aberdeen, but that is when we are first using this tactic. It might not even been using it, to be fair. I can tell actually from this whether we were using it. We were using it at that point. So that was the first game we used it, because you can see that we were using what we had before. So we went to the diamond there, 1-1 draw. Then we went for a 2-0 victory against Hearts. That's a good result there. Alfredo Morelos getting 2. Then in the Cup, Elgin City, 8-0. Dundee United, 5-0. Some big results there.
It's just starting to kick off now, isn't it?
Just starting to get into full gear with this tactic. Ooh. In the Champions League group, though.
Group stages.
Yeah, that's a difficult one, isn't it?
That's a 3rd place finish for us, isn't
it? I mean, yeah, you'd hope so. Partizan are okay, but yeah, you'd hope so. But both Bayern and Barcelona in the same group. God's sake. Unbelievable. Okay.
Death, I think that is, isn't it? It's got to be in it.
For us, anyway, at the very least. Right, okay, let's simulate this 3rd season. Third season, we retain the title on goal difference.
I've got a little story with this. 2004, Celtic were winning the league at the last game of the season.
Yeah.
And because it's the last game of the season, they haven't took the trophy to the ground to where it was going to be presented.
Okay.
So they've put it on an helicopter, and the helicopter's flying out to, I think Celtic were away to Hibs.
Yeah.
I think Celtic were playing to Motherwell. I'm not sure whether they were home or away to them, but the helicopter's flying to the ground. And Celtic concede 2 late goals, which then changes the result of who's going to win the league, because Rangers were beating Hibs at the time.
Right.
So halfway there, the helicopters had to turn round right at the last second and fly to
Glasgow, probably?
No, they were away to
right.
Hibs, yeah. Easter Park, I think they play it.
Yeah.
They had to fly to the Everground in to present the trophy to Rangers. So that's like that really last game of the season, right down to the knuckle.
Yeah. What I do before we go on to have a look at it a little bit more about it, Niall Ennis scored 30 goals this season for Aberdeen. Do you recognise Niall Ennis? You should remember the name, because they signed him from Plymouth Argyle.
Hey, get in
so
there.
obviously he's just signed for Argyle. And he scored a few amount of goals in real life, to be fair.
Changed.
1.5 million. He scored 30 and 37. So anybody who's playing Football Manager and you need a good like lower league or Scottish league type of striker, Niall Ennis is a hell of a striker to pick up.
It's funny because over the years, Argo have had a lot of connection with Scottish players, mainly because we always get Scottish managers.
Yeah, and we always bring down their players.
And how far apart can we both be from Scotland?
Yeah, couldn't be any further. Could not be. I mean, any Scottish player like Plymouth, where's that? Where's that? Oh,
I'm not coming home in a couple of hours, Mum.
I think it's time for Carlisle. It's right on the border. So yeah, there we go. But let's take a look then a little bit more about the about that league table, because we almost threw it away because the last few games of the season we were not that good. So we are on the Celtic one there. Let's take a look at ours. There we go. So we drew with Celtic, we lost to Aberdeen, and we drew to Livingston. That 3-0 victory at the end obviously secured it on goal difference alone. Whereas Celtic, obviously, they drew with St Johnstone, bad result for them. Drew with us, but they were winning without even conceding goals. So it was a very close one throughout the whole season. If you take a look, I mean, we are so close.
Yeah.
We dropped off at one point. That's obviously where Celtic took over. They dominated the first half of the season. We dominated the second half. And Aberdeen were pretty much third or fourth the whole way round there. So
come on,
that's a close one. Can we get the domestic treble? Well, no. The runner-up in both competitions. So unfortunate. Quarter-finalists in the Europa League.
Well, we expected to go there, didn't we?
To Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. We did get 8 points out of that group.
Yeah.
Which means we beat 2 teams. That was Partizan both times.
Yeah.
And we drew both times to Barcelona.
Get in.
Amazing's that?
1 each and 2 each.
Yeah.
That's
obviously, Celtic
results,
have a very memorable night at Barcelona, didn't they, where they beat them.
Yeah.
So I think that's our memorable night.
Yeah,
a 1-1 draw at the Nou Camp.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff. But this isn't great, is it? So let's take a look then. Scottish Cup to begin with. We lost to Hibernian in the final there. At least it's not Celtic. Premier Sports Cup. We lost to Celtic after extra time.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
Especially when I think as well we have at this point the best team that we've had so far. Like Armando Broja scored 8 goals.
I felt confident that we were going to do at least a double then.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan Kent scored in the 66th minute and Callum McGregor got a 114th minute winner in extra time. They do have a very good team, by the way, right now. They do have Dennis Zakaria. Don't know how they've managed to sign him because he's signed for Juve in real life right now. So they've managed to pick him off from Juve. And they've also signed Julian Draxler from PSG.
Yeah.
So that's hell of a signing to get Julian Draxler. So fair play to Celtic. They're building a good team. Well, I don't know where they're getting this money from, but still, they've got some quality players. So goals-wise then, Broja scored 38. He was our top scorer this year. But what I think is most impressive is Alfredo Morelos, because he got 33 goals, but 25 assists.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, from a
striker. The two of them were working together as well.
Oh, they must have had a great partnership.
Yeah,
it's going to be a shame that we cannot fork up the £71 million that they want for Armando Broja, because let you in on a secret, they only give us $4 million, so we're not going to be able to afford it. Yeah, can anybody lend us that? I'm sure, right? I reckon if we went to Rangers fans, come on, if we all chip in, we can get it.
Yeah,
and then go, go on then. Yeah, after that season, for sure. Ryan Kent, 20 goals and 10 assists. 19 for Yanis Hadji in 13 assists.
Yeah.
We've got some great statistics here for this league. And 18 even assists from our left back there. But look how many greens there is. All the way down to even like players who only play one game. Even that one game that they're playing really well.
Building a squad for everybody.
Building a very good team, of course. Patreon members, you need to remember, we have, of course, the save game file at the end of the video for you on the £5 tier. So with our £4 million, we did pick up a free transfer in Andrea Potenga, who I think is actually quite a good player. He's going to be the Armando Broja this season.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as good as Armando Broja. He gives us something different, though. That heading, teamwork, strength, work rate, everything like that.
The teamwork's the main thing, and he's 17 with that.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
And
yeah.
strength 17, so
Very
he's a
brave
bit of a
player.
beast as well, isn't he?
Exactly. So he's 29, so he's coming towards the end of his career rather than Broja's at the start. But yeah, we got him on a free transfer. He's only played 4 games, but they have been off the bench, which suggests that he hasn't actually been the secondary striker, but more on that after. But he's had a long career at Napoli where he hasn't really played that many games, but it's time to
You've been
give him a
scoring
bit
for
of a
them, though.
chance.
When he has come on, he has scored a goal.
Yeah,
so.
6 and 12 there, and that was only 3 starts.
Yeah,
so not bad.
No.
But I think Scottish fans are going to love this signing that I've made,
yeah.
where I've splashed all of the rest of the transfer budget, £4 million, because I've brought back the prodigal son, Ryan Gould. Now, he didn't come through the Rangers ranks or anything, but Scottish fans had a bit of a fascination on this player at the start of his career, when he came out through Dundee, because he was really young and quality, and he moved to Sporting in Portugal, who obviously, a very big club.
Yeah.
And they made a bit of a big deal out of it. He's gone to the MLS recently, and I've brought him back. Yeah, I think he's a quality player, and he can play in a number of different positions that we are using right now. Because we are going to stick with the diamond. I think it worked really well. Our team's suited for it now. We haven't got a vast number of wingers. We do have wingers, but not a vast number of wingers. And what we've actually been doing is playing Ryan Kent up front, because he can actually play there.
Yeah.
And pace-wise, he's very good, has that good flair, can technically play there too. And if you take a look at his statistics, 3 goals and 2 assists in 4 games from that striker role.
The season, then,
it's a very good start. So schedule-wise then, it's unbelievable.
Brilliant.
5-0, 3-0, 6-3, 3-1, and then the most important game there, Aberdeen, a 4-2 victory.
Good start.
Yeah, they give us a bit of a go, don't get me wrong. They scored right after we did and equalised. Well, actually, no, it's 3-2. But we still come away with a good result at Aberdeen. Our Champions League group, though.
Atletico Madrid, though, that's the one in it I'm
Yeah.
looking at. Milan's nice. You look at that as history with the Milan and that stadium, but Atletico Madrid, after what we just watched the other night.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it, weren't we?
Dirty Diego.
What a place to go.
Who Pep Guardiola's now the manager at the minute. Pep Guardiola. How ironic is that? You literally could not write it, do you? I didn't know that was the case, by the way.
I don't believe that.
We were literally mentioning that, and now he's gone there as a manager, which is hilarious. Has he been in Liverpool in between? He usually does. No, he doesn't. He usually does go there, doesn't he? It would be amazing if Diego Simeone was Man City.
I was just going to say, where's he gone?
Antonio Conte.
Oh.
No, so that would be funny.
No way.
So he ditched Spurs. He thought, well, I ain't going to win anything here, am I? We might as well go around and do the rounds now. You don't have a manager at the minute, so that's...
But that's 2 odd games, so you're looking at third again, really, ain't you?
Yeah,
I'm not expecting it.
Even Leo's difficult.
Yeah, I would like to think we can go to Milan and do something.
Yeah.
But Atletico Madrid go there to get something. I don't know.
Tricky one, isn't it?
I don't know whether our players could handle that, being there with that sort of atmosphere and the way they play.
But Morelos.
I'm just talking about the younger lads as well. But Milan, at least you're going to go there and you're going to. You know what to expect. You're going to be playing against a very good defensive side.
Just got to break them down.
And you got to break them down,
Yeah. All right, okay, then that's the big challenge for this season number 4. Let's see how we do. So the 4th season, we're champions yet again, a lot more comfortably this time as well, by 7 points. Only lost 2 games in the season to Livingston and to Celtic, of course, away from home.
Well, you got to expect that, though, haven't you?
Yeah, we scored 105 goals, though, which is very high amount, to be fair. 14 against Hearts.
The problem is we conceded quite a few as well, because the goal difference is only 77, so... Yeah, it's good, but we
conceded the least amount in the league, 28.
Yeah, true, yeah.
In 38 games. That's a lot of clean sheets, to be fair. So that's not a bad season. In the Scottish Cup, however, we were knocked out in the semi-final by Celtic after extra time. They're getting their own back.
Yeah.
Remember when we said that earlier? They're getting their own back.
We knew he was going to come back and kick us, didn't we?
Yeah. What about the other cup competition? In the other competition, though, we beat Aberdeen in the final 3-0 to lift that one. So at least we got 2 out of the 3.
Yeah,
that's not too bad. It's Europe, though, which is, I think, posed the most interesting prospect of, obviously, the teams that we were coming up against.
Did we commit a miracle in qualifier, or did we just go down to the Europa League?
So we actually qualified second in our group.
No.
Yeah. We come up against Chelsea in the first round knockout stage, who defeated us 8-3.
So Milan went through with us.
Milan went through. We knocked out Pep Guardiola's Atletico Madrid.
Pep who?
So let's take a look at those results then. So the start of the Champions League, we won our first 4. in the group. But we lost the next two, unfortunately, which is the reason why we didn't finish top.
Yeah.
But we started off with a 1-0 victory at Atletico Madrid.
And I just said
Chased the
that's
penalty.
the worst game and we go there and win.
A 2-1 victory at home to AC Milan. Morelos and Ryan Kent there, an 89th minute winner. Lille, we beat them 1-0 away. Ryan Gold, great result.
Yeah.
2-0 at home, Morelos and Ryan Kent.
See, it was in the bag then, so we just let the rest of the results go by,
Yeah,
didn't we?
unfortunately, we lost 2-0 to Milan, which is obviously the decider, and then Atletico Madrid, a 3-1 loss when they came to us, but we are already through.
Yeah.
So that didn't matter. Is he still in the job? That's what I want to know, whether we managed to get him sacked. No, he's still there. He is still there. But yeah, unfortunately, we lost 4-2 to Chelsea in the home leg, 4-1 away from home.
Yeah.
But they got an incredible team, so it's expected. So the final season, then, we finally say goodbye to Connor Goldson, who's been a very good player for us for a number of years. He's left on a free transfer, did not want to re-sign. I've got a feeling he was playing. Well. Yeah, he was only playing a few amount of games for us, but he's gone to Crystal Palace. But we have, I would say, replaced. We have, in fact, signed 5 players, and I think the pick of the bunch is Billy Gilmore.
Good player.
Oh yeah, we're signing some quality Scottish players here on a free transfer as well. Yeah, free transfer from Chelsea.
24.
In his prime.
You've got to be happy if you take us over him, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he should be in a Premier League team. This is how well he is, like, attribute-wise. He hasn't played hardly anything since his loan deal from Norwich to Chelsea. But yeah, we picked him up on a free transfer, so that, I think, is absolutely quality.
Oh, you've got to look at it as well. The Chelsea squad, even the players they loan out is massive in it.
Yeah.
So you've got to be exceptionally good.
Yes.
To get into the squad for a start.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, he just knocked on the door, wasn't getting in, was he? So.
No. Neco Williams is another player, the Welsh right back from Liverpool that we picked up, free transfer. James Tavernier, of course, is very good. He's 32 though.
Never international player though.
Exactly. So this is now he's 24. He's in his prime. Very good player indeed. We've also signed Angus Gunn, goalkeeper, just to be a good backup for Neto.
Brian Gunn's by.
Yeah. So
remember Norwich.
Very good. Norwich
fans that do the Brian Gunn. What a goalkeeper over the years.
Then Nathan Phillips from Liverpool, a good centre back. Obviously, now that we've lost Connor Goldson, we needed another backup backup centre back. Nathan Phillips is that guy that we have brought in. And then finally, we spent a little bit of money, about £5.75 million, and I think this guy's quality because Barto Barisic, I think it is, who's our left back, again is like 33 now. Attributes starting to decline ever so slightly. This guy comes in and he's brilliant. So many 14s, so many come through La Masia as well.
Good young lad as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Jose Marsa. So he can also play centre back should we need him. He's 6'1" as well, so he's got the height to do it. Very good technically in both defensive aspects and going forward. And yeah, picking him up for £6 million in total from Sporting. I think that's a really good signing.
Yeah.
He's played 4 games, he's got a 7.88 average rating so far. Very good indeed to bring him into the club. So tactically then, this is what we're looking like, and I'm only securing one player. It's the only player I secured this whole rebuild, and that is Neco Williams. Just for the simple reason that I genuinely think, yes, Tavernier is really good. However, I think Neco Williams is going to be better in this inverted fullback role because of how good he is going forward. 15 first touch, dribbling 13, crossing 14. He's going to be crucial in further up the pitch. So I think that's where we need to focus on our play down that right-hand side. Other than that, everybody else seems to be doing absolutely fine.
Come on then, let's have a good final season.
Exactly. So schedule-wise then, Livingston is a 1-1 draw to start off. Wasn't great. 2-1 against Hartstill, 5-1 against Wraith, 6-0 against Dundee, Inverness 3-0. We also beat Manchester United in a friendly 2-1 right before we started there with a Robbie Ure 90th minute winner. Not bad at all. Our Champions League group though, I would say this was a little bit easier.
Ooh,
Juve, Sevilla, Lyon, who we've already beat.
Yeah,
I fancy our chances for that one.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed if we don't go through.
Yeah, Sevilla's, of course, is going to be the next rebuild. The 10-year on one. That's what we're going to do next week. But yeah, I would like to fancy our chances to at least get in that second spot. Who knows? I reckon we've got a good enough team to do it.
And we had Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's simulate this final season. So the final season, we retain the lead. So that's 4 out of the 5. That's not bad.
Better.
We're only 6 away from getting the 10.
Yeah.
91 points in total, only losing 3 games. One was to Aberdeen that we can see there. Niall Ennis again get 28 goals. Go on, I'll go. Yanis Hadji with the highest average rating. But look how he dominated the average rating and the most assists. We got all 3.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Neco Williams, Yanis Hadji, and Alfredo Morelos getting 12 there. But we haven't done it yet. We haven't done the domestic treble. Have we done it?
Come on.
No.
Oh.
Quarter-final by Livingston, semi-final by Celtic.
Oh, hang on though, I'm reading quarter-final knockout by Manchester City in the Champions League. So we went through again.
In the Champions League, we got all the way through to the quarter-finals and we were eliminated by Manchester City. Which is a great result, really, isn't it? To get to that.
I mean, 4-1 in aggregate, so...
Yeah, get to that point, which means we
First
went
game
through
we
the
lost
first round
to.
knockout stage and eliminated Bayern 8-3,
On
5-0
And we beat
at home.
5-0 at home.
Yeah.
Get in.
So we drew
What a
3-all
result that
when we
is.
went to Bayern and we beat them 5-0.
The fans
home.
absolutely mental for that.
It was actually the other way round. The home leg, we drew 3-all.
Oh, we thought
Marissa, Aribo, and Yanis Hadji.
we would have thought we'd have been out there, wouldn't we?
Yeah, they scored in the 92nd minute. We were like, oh, that's annoying. That's gutted.
We were 2-0 up after 3 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
That's like in the change rooms, right? They're going to start quick.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure we defend our lines.
How
We're
have they
2-0
done that?
down.
And then when we went to their stadium, we beat them 5-0.
5 minutes we scored again, look.
Yeah, Yanis Hadji getting a goal in the 5th minute. But, I mean, Ryan Gold scoring in the 71st to cap it off. Perfect. I wanted to see, did he get a Scottish cap? He did, he's got 5 caps. Love to see it. Yeah, he came home and got himself a cap. That's brilliant. But what a result that is.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost 2-1 to Manchester City at home. They scored in the 85th minute there. Ryan Kent getting one in the 80th. And 2-0, Armando Broja scored. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gutting. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a successful season though.
Yeah.
Winning the league, all right, we didn't win the cup. We got knocked out by semi-final we got knocked out by Celtic in the semi-final, but getting to the quarter-final of the Champions League is a big deal for a Scottish team at this point.
Team, yeah. I mean, nothing against the Scottish league as in so, but you're going to say that there's a lot of stronger leagues out there and stronger teams that they're going to come up against.
It's money, isn't it? At the end of the day,
we've took them on and we've beat them. I mean, beating Bayern Munich, we beat Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
So we've took them on and we've beat them. So hats off.
Yeah.
Good 5 seasons there.
very good rebuild.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the goals then. 32 was scored by Yanis Hadji this season. Batagna got 25, as did Ryan Kent. Morelos had a bad season there, 17 and 14 assists. Not bad still. 18 assists from Yanis Hadji, 14 from Morelos. Neco Williams with 13. So if you take a look at transfers, you have £10 million. People are going to take that on. That's the most that we've had. It's very annoying, I know.
That always happens to us, doesn't it?
But we are losing both Neto and Barisic.
We're a Champions League team, that's why.
Champions League
We're
team. You've got a
bringing
good
in more
wage
money.
budget as well
Yeah.
to play around with. So what is the goal for Patreon members for another 5 years?
My main goal is going to be to win the treble, because obviously
domestic treble.
we couldn't do it. We got the double, we just couldn't do the treble. So that's going to be my main challenge to you, right?
Both cups in the league.
Yeah. As an outside challenge, there's going to be 2.
Okay.
Right? 1, take us over for 6 seasons and see if you can get to that 10.
Okay.
Winning
Yeah.
the league.
Oh yeah. You got 6 seasons then.
6 seasons to do it. See if you can do it. And the other one is to win some European trophy.
A European trophy.
Because you might get knocked out into the Champions League, but you might drop down into the Europa Cup. And
Yeah.
you've got the team that we've got in the Europa League has got to be there or thereabouts.
Well, that's what I'm annoyed with, because we keep qualifying and we
never
come
had
up
that chance.
against the ultimate best
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I wonder what we would have done in Europa League
that's
with
right.
this team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only what if
that's
scenario.
That's my 2 outside challenges. But
Yeah.
definitely the main challenge for you lot is going to be win the treble. We couldn't do it.
No,
We
that's
got
true.
close.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You've got a good team. We've given you a good team. You've got a better budget than what we had.
They still got a lot of legs with them.
Yeah.
So there you go. Right, thank you very much for watching. That is the Patreon members' task for the next 6 years.
Yeah.
To win the 10 in a row. If you can do that, that would be amazing. Thank you to all the Patreon members recently. Make sure you're smashing the like button. And of course, next week will be the Sevilla rebuild. But check out the Patreon poll, because there will be a new poll on there when this episode drops for the following week. Have a fantastic day and rest of your week. And I look forward to seeing you again on Monday. Bye-bye.